everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys all so much for joining me here today. Hope everyone is having a fantastic week. I'm pretty excited. I understand the market is shifting a little bit. Things are picking up and a little bit busier than they have been over the past couple of months. So hopefully you guys are busy working away. I wanted to talk about trusting the process. I work with a ton of recruiters. As a company, Moxie works with a ton of recruiters. My role with Moxie is one of the things that I do and that I'm sort of in charge of is when we work with our clients, helping them bring our program in-house and rolling it out and getting recruiters on a good program and good process for learning and growing and developing within their organization. And it's something that's really fun for me. I get to kind of get in the innards of a lot of companies and learn about them and learn about their processes and procedures. And one of the things that always sticks out to me, it's one of the things that always stuck out to me even with recruiting, is really trusting the process. That in this game, there is no such thing as instant gratification. In fact, the things that probably come the easiest to us are the things that we should be steering clear of and running away from as quickly as possible. In recruitment, we always talked about, if you've got that traveler and they're sending in all their paperwork so quickly and they're available right away and they're not working with anybody else, there's probably a reason, right? Anybody that's recruited long enough probably knows that that's one of the biggest red flags in the book. And I want to speak to those managers and those leaders of our organizations that are out there, but there's no such thing as instant gratification with your recruiters either, right? We need to give them time to develop. They're not going to just jump in, go through a week's worth of training or 2 weeks worth of training, and then be off to the races and running tons of travelers and knowing the processes and understanding the procedures that are set up within the organization. And so that's one of the things that I love to do, is to kind of go in and help people kind of parse and piece those things together and create a really good, strong process for their recruitment team, their account management team, their compliance teams. But the one thing, like I said, that always sticks out is we have to give our folks time to grow and to develop. And we've got to have great leadership and great managers in place that are going to allow for that to happen and for those things to unravel. Some people are a lot quicker learners than others, and so we've also got to account for that. Not everybody is going to be up and running and getting their first signed contract or signed deal in the first couple of weeks. It doesn't mean that they're not a great recruiter or don't have the potential to be great, but it's a different ramp up for everyone. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly today. As a recruiter, as a leader, we've always just got to trust the process. We've got to trust that, when we're going out, when we're finding candidates for positions, that we're taking the time to qualify and get to know our candidates and understand, why it is that they do what they do before we even move into talking about jobs and pitching pay packages and getting them submitted for positions. There's a process, and if you trust the process and you've got a good process in place, you will be successful over time. But you've got to trust the process, and you've got to understand that instant gratification is not going to be there. And again, the same goes for our companies, our leaders and our managers, that there's no such thing as instant gratification with a recruiter either. It's going to take them time once they've learned a process to trust that process and to understand that process and to allow them to fail and make mistakes and be supportive of that. So I wanted just to share those thoughts with you guys here today. I would love to hear some thoughts from you guys on what that looks like within your organization, or what that looks like for you as a recruiter, what you've experienced when you've trusted the process, even though it's maybe taken some time. Would love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next week. Take care.